mean...
Alright, we're live.
We're live, but you did change the title, right?
Yes.
Ish.
Do you want Ruins music or Vibes music?
Vibes.
Vibes.
Okay.
Even though you guys are... Even though the map's still in the thing, you guys are currently vibing. Because you finished your long rest, I believe. Or you guys were taking a long rest in the ruins.
Yeah.
Yes. Where,
Yes. Indubitably, because nighttime.
nighttime where, everyone can go to sleep except me.
Yeah, y'all spent the entire fucking day helping to clear out rooms and find a flower.
Yeah.
That flyer was a bitch.
That flower literally died.
At least it didn't ruin our day.
We haven't even started yet, and I'm already disappointed. All right.
It's like I can always do that next Thursday. Don't worry.
So, you all take a night's rest in the ruins of the old Grand Library. For Army and Caroline, it's a little bit harder to get to sleep with the weird and still slightly unnerving waves of magic that sometimes pulse through from the tear. Ultimately, it doesn't really affect you too much, and you're able to get yourselves some sleep. While Rivias just sits around and vibes for the entire night.
Yeah, he takes watch now. Watch is his entire responsibility. There we go. I got it.
Well,
Got
I mean,
there
you still have to
eventually.
take. I mean, you still have to take rest yourself. You just don't sleep.
Yeah, I know. He's reading.
Fair enough.
He's looking. He's keeping watch and reading. How far is the moon in the sky? Like, phase?
Hold on a moment. At this point, you have passed new moon, and you are in I believe it's waxing crescent. That's what it's called. When it's a crescent moon that is beginning to form.
You know, I should have wrote that down because I don't know which way the goddesses go. I know I've said it, but I forgot.
Moonbow tends to be more active during the cycle of the moon when it is in shadow, and Saloon tends to be more active when the moon is at its brightest.
Okay, let me just write this down.
Okay, Moonbone waxing, saloon waiting.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Well, just will honestly vibe.
Alright. From where you are, Rivias, while you're reading your book, you can hear the movement often in the other parts of the ruins as as the scribes and catalogers continue to work throughout the night on changing shifts.
Yeah.
The sounds of rubble being moved stop at around the time that you guys all settle down, getting a bit dark to reliably ensure that no further collapses are made.
Mm-hmm.
And the place is quite silent. Off in the distance, you can hear the sound of wolves howling. And being this close to the tear, you can see if you look up out a window into the sky, you can see what seems to be small, almost ethereal waves that pass through, and every time they do, you feel the tinge of the wild magic flowing through. Oh yes, I forgot to actually make the announcement. Thank you. It's every time they pass through, it's lesser for you than it is for the others, but you do still feel the tinge of the raw magic that flows through every time there's a wave from the tear. And it especially during the night makes this place feel very alien.
Because of the weird tear magic, I can't contact either of them, right?
I mean, you can try.
I mean, I'm going to try. Because he still doesn't know how to get into the freaking Imperium.
You can give me a religion roll.
Who do I want to talk to? It's waxing right now, right?
Yes, it is a waxen crescent.
Okay, I have to roll this manually then. Roll 1d20 plus 4 plus 7 plus 10. Right?
Sounds right, yeah.
Alright. 17.
Alright, and you are contacting Moonbow?
Yeah, it's waxing right now, so
Oh, waxen crescent specifically.
yeah, we'll try.
Alright, so. As you look through the window to get a glimpse of the moon, you start speaking to Moonbow. What would you like to say?
I mean, he'll probably say his greetings because, you know, he's not rude. But he would probably ask tell her that they learned a lot about pre-tear, so that's pretty exciting, you know? And then he'll probably go into asking if he has any idea of how to get into the Imperium. because, you know, halfling. So that, and, you know, it'll probably be very difficult for him to
Alright.
get in there.
She will respond back to you. Getting within the Imperium is difficult. I cannot see in there, especially not after what I've done. Bane does not like outside observers looking in on his business.
Bane does not like seeing outsiders observing him because he's a bitch.
And she will say, "But I'm sure that if anyone can find a way in there, it would be you and your companions. You have my support as much as I can give it. However, need to be careful with what I do right now."
Oh yeah, because of our how do we call it? Gamble?
It's one way to phrase it.
Gamble, interference, miracle.
It's not every day I get to perform a miracle, so I wanted to make it big.
I think you still, by the way. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and I didn't want the walls to be breached because if the Imperium manages to break the reputation, then they could do it again. Anyway.
Well, I'm sure that ways will be found to still win this. I believe the king has a plan. He hasn't spoken to anyone that talks to me about it, at least.
Oh, they're creating cannons, my lady.
Interesting.
They have commandeered cannons for their navy. I believe they were doing it during the war, but I do believe the king has upgraded his navy. At least that's what he showed us before we left to go to the scholar.
Interesting. I'll have to ask some of the others about it and see if they have any information.
Yeah, and also he's managed to contact the other kingdoms, and we're getting reinforcements.
Excellent. The Council of Sovereign Lands might actually be able to do something for once.
Yeah. That's all the information I have for you right now, though. My apologies.
You can only expect so much. All information is good, however.
No, I don't want to keep you away from your other subjects, my lady, so I hope you have a good rest of your night.
And you hear, well, you don't hear it, but you feel her fading from from your head.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there anything else you would like to do before we hit morning?
No, not really. I'll probably just sit back down to where he was watching.
Alright. So, morning comes as the sun rises. And the light enters the ruins once more. And Rivias, as soon as the first rays of sunlight enter the temple, you hear it spring to life. As you hear the sounds of rubble being moved become active once again.
Oh. That was fast. Huh. Well,
And soon after, Ami and Caroline will both awaken. So, what would the lot of you like to do today?
beats fucking me, dude!
I don't fucking know.
Trying to
I
think.
mean,
Is there, we could always go see if there's any more parts of the rubble we can have deal with. Perhaps.
I suppose.
yeah, we could probably get some rubble out of the way before we leave, since we gotta get back to the kingdom anyway.
See if any last minute help they might need before we depart, yeah?
And to see if Gale will accompany us back. Well,
Oh, that
help
would be
us.
nice. Gale would probably be a great boon, but even if
it was
he does,
it was the entire reason we came out here in the first place. Well, maybe we should get her help.
either way, it was probably a good idea to go here anyway, because you have more information on what your companion is. Now,
Which I do believe that is the intent for us to come out here to begin with.
anyways, DM, we go help do last minute shuffling of rebel before we go back to the kingdom.
Alright, give me... What'll be some good rolls for this? Some strength... Honestly, probably mostly just strength, or, strength or perception, to either help hauling actual rubble, or for finding... I'll say strength or investigation, to either help haul rubble, or...
So, strength saving throw, or just a strength check, or athletics?
Strength... you can give me athletics. Athletics will work.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Alright.
Wait, is it investigation or perception?
Investigation. So, Alex, you can re-roll that one if you want.
Yeah, I'll take the one I have. That's better.
There you go. I was like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Alright, so... Caroline and Ami, you both act as spotters to find pieces of rubble that that are loose enough that they'll be able to take that you can take them out without causing more of the structure to collapse. Basically, you're playing rubble Jenga.
Ooh, my
Ah,
favorite.
Rubble Tetris, let's go.
And Revias, you along with the other men in some of the in the foreman crews just start pulling out rubble where they tell you that it's not going to cause more to collapse. And you make some good progress helping a few of the teams before you encounter roadblocks that require them to put in some reinforcements and general just busy work to make sure that they can go deeper without causing collapses.
Is there gonna be another monster behind this wall? I'm watching you.
You haven't fully uncovered anything yet, but you have helped a few of the teams make significant progress over the course of about an hour.
Mm-hmm. How far away are we from the kingdom again?
I can take you back to the world map
That doesn't answer
because you are here.
my... Hold on, it has to load in first. There you go.
You are here,
So,
and you are about 2 weeks away from the Kingdom of Elerian.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll probably have to fly back over again.
Of course.
It's not fine. It's fine though. But yeah.
I guess the last thing we check on upon. I'm not sure if Gail said she was going to come with, join us.
Oh yeah, we should probably ask if Gail wants to join us to go back to Elerian.
I know we talked about it last time.
Yeah.
She didn't give you a definitive answer, I don't believe.
No, she didn't. She's... I mean, we can ask her again.
Yeah.
You go looking for her, and she's in the office area with all the scribes busy cataloging a book. Ah, welcome. Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
I hope you slept well with the uniqueness of the air around here, especially at night.
It was well enough.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Have you given the idea of joining Elerian and against the Imperium more thought? We have last talked.
I have, and you have helped me a lot here, and it is in the best interest of everyone that Elerian succeed in this war. I am loath to leave the ruins and go back into combat, but sometimes needs must, I suppose.
Plus, it will be a nice change of pace. At least for a while.
Well, and she'll stand up and hand the book off to another scribe. I do have to go back into town for some supplies and general things. May as well ship them here and stay there and help where I can. It seems like the least I can do.
Any assistance is better than none. The Council of Sovereign council is sending assistance, but we'll probably need more than we will probably need more than that in the king's plan in order to really put the dent to the Imperium.
Well then, I'll go and get my stuff. And make the preparations for ensuring that everything doesn't collapse while I'm gone.
Yes.
Does
Oh, boy.
any of your companions know the spell Send?
Igor should be able to get in contact with me. He has a sending stone.
Okay.
And should the
Yeah.
need arise, I do know sending. I have to prepare it first, but should the need arise, it can be done.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. And she taps the book hanging from her hip. I also know it. Don't worry.
He is a wizard!
We should trade tales sometime. Maybe we can teach
I see
each
no
other
reason
a thing
not
or
to.
two.
And she will walk off and just shout, Igor! Get your lazy butt over here. I've got new orders for you. And you see a dwarf come waddling in, just going, Yes, ma'am, I'm coming, ma'am. And he appears to be just covered in dirt. Looks like he's been helping some of the digging teams. And they will walk off after about half an hour. You'll see him walk by again with a bit of a hop in his waddle.
Oh, is he happy being in charge?
And following behind him, you see Gale coming out again with now wearing a traveler's cloak and carrying a bag.
Do you have everything you need?
I pack light.
Alright.
Makes it easier. Usually have wagons carrying all the important things.
Fair enough.
Also, just as a side note, due to the Bridge of Trader's Way, not only destroyed but would have been in the hands of the Imperium anyway, if we wish to make good time to Elerian, we shall have to fly over the river. Just
I'll
as a heads up for when
I'll
we
make
get
sure
there.
I'll make sure I have it prepared when we get there.
Hmm.
It'll take us a few days.
Mommy also has it prepared, so...
Indeed.
Anyways. We have another wizard.
Well,
What kind of wizard is Gale?
Yeah, I wanna know the details on honor level, all that stuff.
Have you not built her yet?
I have not built her. I know what class she's going to be, so give me one moment. Because the page needs to heckin' load.
Let's see.
She is an abjuration wizard.
Ooh,
Abjuration, bruh.
defensive. The level.
She is a. Hold on. She is a level 8.
Okay.
Oh, she's around our level then.
Nodders. Alright, so you start making your way down the road back towards the Dread Keep and your crossing point. And give me one moment.
Wait, what are we planning to? We weren't ending the plan to the Imperial into back to the King, right?
Yes, but the road takes you down in the direction towards the Dread Keep
That's right.
before you take the road off towards the bridge.
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
The attack.
My internet is currently
Um,
dying.
No.
You guys are going all sorts of robot. Oh dear.
No. Okay. Stream still seems to be fine.
Yeah, it's. Look.
Just wait for Alex to get back.
The king and justice are level 12, right? Sword fight?
Yes. King of the Swords Bar and Justice is a. Let me double check. I think he's a champion fighter. Da-da-da.
I just want to know the
Either the Battlemaster.
Battle Master fighter. Okay. So he has all the maneuvers, dude. He has like so many maneuvers. That could crazy.
Okay, I think I'm good.
You good?
I am currently on. I'm currently tethering from my phone. Seems to be working.
Alright. You gonna be okay streaming that way?
Yeah, seems to be. I mean, the stream didn't drop.
Alright.
As far as I could see.
Yes, it looks good up on my side as well.
Abjuration.
Yeah.
Huh. He can make wards.
Yeah.
Wowie.
Alright. So, as you're making your way down the roads, over the course of the next few days, you pass various individuals, a few traders moving supplies between towns and cities. After 3 days, you, while continuing down the street, encounter a small caravan of carts that appeared to have been stopped by a group of Imperial troops.
Hmm.
And they are from the distance away you're at. You can't hear them, but you can see them. They seem to be one of the Imperials seems to be in a shouting match with the leader of the caravan.
Oh.
Caroline is interested enough to kind of slink over and see what's going on.
I mean, Ribius is also interested, but he's very loud.
Oh yeah, no, Caroline's sneaking over there.
Exactly.
Alright.
That's the problem here.
Alright, Caroline, you can give me a sneak.
Let's go. He is invisible.
Caroline disappears into the foliage just off the road and starts quietly making her way up close to the carts.
Up there she goes.
She does this a lot.
Literally Batman's.
Ribius is just like, Caroline will be back soon, Gail.
I can just imagine, just from the perspective of Ami and Ribius, Caroline is just the Homer Simpson meme where she just slowly disappears into a hedge.
Yeah, they're just, and Gail's probably like super confused, and Ribius and Ami are just like, she does this a lot.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine.
Well, if you say so, I trust you enough. Alright. Caroline, you get up closer and it doesn't take you too long before you can start to make out words in the shouting. I have passed by here every week for the last 20 years of my life. And now you're telling me that I have to pay wartime tariffs to pass a road that isn't even in your territory.
What's wartime terrace?
This is clearly some sort of extortion, right?
What the fuck is wartime terrace?
Tariffs are taxes on trade goods. Wartime tariffs are special additions made to support the war effort.
Oh, so this isn't even their side of the Dread Keeps.
Yeah, that's why it's confusing.
Like
that's... Imps,
excuse me?
Can Caroline check and see if these guys are actually Imperials or if they're just some assholes pretending to be Imperials?
Give me a quick perception check. You take a look over of the soldiers. Their uniforms are accurate, but something seems off. They're either very far out of where they're supposed to be, and are extorting caravaneers that are outside of their actual home territory, which is possible. They are at war. Although you'd expect they'd be more likely to raid a caravan that's outside their territory instead of trying to tax them.
Accident gets them, let's see it.
And it is entirely possible that these may be people who've stolen uniforms and are trying to get some extra money.
Yeah, because why would why would Imperial soldiers be on this side of the Dread Keeps? B, why hasn't why are they here? And C,
I think when she looks at the situation and sees that it's these guys are clearly not Imperials, she's just gonna slink over and kind of basically to them just basically appear out of nowhere in between the two and go, all right, time out. And
Right.
she's gonna look to the person in the Imperial outfit and just goes, you know your outfit is shit, right? If you're going to pretend to be Imperials, instead of just taking the outfits from, I presume, corpses, at least make it look like they're your outfits. You look...
I can't.
A blind man could tell that you clearly took these off someone. And if you're going to extort my good friend here, at least do it properly. You make banditry look almost stupid-like. She's like pinching the bridge of her nose.
I can't believe Caroline, the mercenary assassin rogue thing person, is just very disappointed at this shit show of a group of bandits.
If you're gonna do it right, then do it right.
If you're gonna do it right.
Not everyone is you.
I know.
Wow. Talk about unreasonable expectations. Good lord.
Caroline in a nutshell. and she's gonna look over to this poor man that's getting harassed. Like, I am so sorry. These clearly stupid vagabonds are harassing you. You can carry on your way now.
Thank you.
And she's gonna look. And she's gonna look over to the clearly not Imperials and go. And if you try to stop him, I will slit your throat right here.
And the leader of this group will just say, "Oh, and I'm sure someone like you will be able to take on an entire regiment of Imperials."
I mean, he can just whistle.
Do give me an insight check, please, Caroline.
Man, what would I mean? How ironic would it be if these were actually Imperials?
He puts it on very convincingly, but you're pretty sure he's still lying.
Or, and she's just gonna casually just kind of get closer, just completely unafraid. Or I can get the other companions, the ones who helped single-handedly help the Elerian army stop the Imperials from crossing over the bridge and helped out at the siege. And I know one of them is a quite capable magic caster, and the other one was, how should I put it, was able to get the assistance of a god. So, how do your chances look with that information, my friend?
This is the most long-winded intimidation check I've ever heard in my life. The problem is the character trying to do this has -1 charisma.
He can use strength, I think.
Yeah.
You can use strength
Yes,
for
you can.
intimidation, right?
You can use strength for intimidation here in Elerian. Caroline, can you please give me an intimidation check at advantage? And feel free to use strength if you so desire it.
He didn't say it. He's not wrong, though.
I have proficiency in intimidation, don't worry about me.
Fair enough. Can't argue with those results.
As she kind of says this thing, she kind of intentionally leaks a bit of her psychic energy coming from her eyes to kind of make her, kind of give her a more intimidating presence.
And the leader will just go, "All right, boys, charade's up. Let's go home."
Oh, that is wonderful. See, I'm glad we can all come to a reasonable agreement. Before he walks off entirely, she's gonna stop him and go, "Where exactly did you get those outfits? They were quite convincing, though. You need to work on your acting a bit better."
Wasn't that hard to ambush one of the army's patrols that wanders these roads? They're everywhere.
That's true, I suppose.
and they're not exactly the highest quality of the Imperial army.
Yeah, they kind of seem to be mostly around the kingdom. Yeah, you can't get too much from the shaft. But good try though.
Well, let's head back to the city, boys, before an actual Imperial patrol comes along, and also some difficult questions.
Yeah, that would be very awkward. If you ever get to, well, I wish you luck on your other attempts. So just be sure to try to do a better guys next time.
I swear to God, I don't. Are you going? I was this close to be like, and then Caroline gives them lessons on how to be a better bandit.
Exactly.
I was there. I literally just, hey, you want to help us? We'll pay you.
Yeah.
Help Elerian win. You can actually get paid.
See, if they would have put up a better front, she would have asked them to help. But the fact that she was able to see through it, she's just like, they're kind of stupid. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, it'd be more bodies. We need.
But you're not there, are you?
I'm not, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, he is not. You're not there. I mean, I wanted to be there. But I'm loud, so...
Clink, clank, clink.
I'm not the most stealthiest. It is my thumb's dad. Anyways, first
Yeah, at this point, Caroline's just gonna approach up and just like, well, that problem's been resolved. Let's head back.
Okay.
So, and Gale will speak up. You just got them to leave?
Of course. I merely pointed out that they're them pretending to be Imperials was shit, and if they didn't leave, we'd kill them. It's quite simple. As she just kind of casually shrugs her shoulders.
All right then. I've certainly joined myself on a weird adventure.
You get used to it.
You get used to her.
You get used to it. He's,
I am not. You make it sound like it's an absolute hassle to be around me.
sometimes very aggravating.
I am very hurt by this.
I mean,
Oh no,
you
your
left me to
precious
die
ego.
for several occasions, Caitlin.
It is quite fragile on me, thank you. But, I do have to consider, appearance and reputation after all. After all, I mean, I plan to involve myself in interesting propositions, so I have to make sure that the appearances are good. After all, people don't want to work for a vagabond, no?
Anyone who is out of character, anyone who has ever followed the Vistani into Barovia would like to have a word with you.
Ah yes, a group of idiot vagabonds follow around.
I'll have you know, the Vistani are very lovely people.
Oh, they probably are, except it's hard to get a definitive opinion on that because it's either they're kind of liked or they're just despised.
True.
Shrug shoulders.
Of course you would. You're the goddamn DM.
Look, if the party eventually dies or we get their cursor shot, I'd be more than happy to continue this discussion.
I mean, if we keep dying, we'll just make new characters. Smile.
Can't wait to be stabbed in the back with a stun.
Let's go.
As one does. Anyway.
Anyways,
All right. So you continue along the roads. As you continue along over the course of a few days, you do notice that there are some more legitimate-looking Imperial patrols that are walking the streets. They don't bother you, and they don't seem to bother any of the caravans. But something that you can definitely note is that, especially around as you get closer to the Dread Keeps, the amount of Imperial patrols around is definitely quite large.
They're taking the sieging thing quite seriously.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get through there.
I don't even think it would be possible at this point in time.
I mean, I could possibly get in there. I'm not sure about the rest of y'all.
Well, I probably could as well, but the hardest act to sell would be Rivius.
Yeah.
Unless
I
we
don't think
out of character rules. Unless we put 2 halflings in a trench coat, I don't think we can Rivius in there.
Well, I mean, you got a bag of holding unless Rivius can hold his breath for a very long time. We could just throw him in there.
No.
Fortunately,
Oh,
that's...
he has terrible con.
What do you mean with con?
He has 2 con plus 2 con. He can
It's
only
not
hold it
terrible,
like
though.
10 minutes.
We could always just have him in there with a little straw poking out of the bag.
That'd be funny.
God
Oh,
damn it.
funny. It would be funny. Anyways.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I mean, why are you saying sorry? We'd have fun. If that includes out of character jokes, so be it.
Yeah. All right. As you continue journeying, you eventually reach the crossroads. One leading to the Bridge of Traders Way, and one leading to the Dread Keeps. Gotta quickly. Okay. As you look down the road towards the Dread Keeps, you just see a very long line of trade carts that are moving in both directions. It seems as though the thoroughfare through the Dread Keeps is very slow right now.
Something must be going on.
Could they be attempting to rebuild the bridge?
That is a possibility. Shall I go ahead again and figure that out? Or...
By all means, you're welcome to.
She
Just
shrugs.
as a point of reference, you are at this point about here, where the road curves off to go towards the keeps, and then also curves off to go towards the main bridge, as well as down to the city here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are any of the trade carts going in the direction of the bridge?
The trade carts are going. A large amount of them are heading in that direction, as well as up the road where you came from, as well as into the keep as well, or in the direction of the keep.
I think them rebuilding the bridge is a very good, or attempting to rebuild the bridge is a very good possibility. We don't know the status of the garrison that was left at the bridge. They...
Well, that certainly doesn't bode well.
Well, no.
Do you think?
No, it doesn't.
Do you think I should send a message to the king to let them know?
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
a good idea.
that would be definitely a good idea.
I think we might want to check out. I think you might want to check out the bridge itself as well. See if you do
anyway,
you do have those.
I,
You have the cloak, so
Yeah.
it'd be hard to
will-
see.
As
I'll
you're
get-
having this conversation before you pull out the sending stone, you see a group of 6 Imperials wandering up the road from the Dread Keep. They all seem to stop at carts and have conversations with their drivers. One stops relatively close to you, and you can hear what he's saying. We're incredibly sorry for the delay. The king has upped security measures around the Dread Keep. Well, not the king. The emperor has ordered increased security measures around the keeps to ensure that no infiltrations are trying to happen. I'm
What?
sure you understand as a citizen of the Imperium.
Squint.
Emperors.
I'm squinting at the DM out of character right now.
What do you mean infiltrate? Oh my god.
I'm squinting.
Squint.
I see. It's because I'm psychic. They're being judgmental. SMH. Anyway,
You wouldn't be the problem. Hiding Rivius in a trade cart and then checking it would be the problem.
yeah. Carolina is going to hear this and then immediately just go, well, fuck.
What do you mean, fuck?
This is going to be interesting. Let me go check on the bridge situation and then we can figure out what's going on here, okay? And she slips away.
Oh, okay.
All right. As a note, it's about a 3 days journey to the bridge from here.
Oh,
Oh. We just
Oh.
just continue then, I guess.
I guess we
Yeah.
just continue. I mean, we could probably cross over near where the bridge is if we wanted to get a look at it, what they're doing with it, and if the garrison, the Elerian garrison, still stands on the other side.
Yeah. I still think Caroline's still gonna want to go ahead of the others just in the off chance, just to get word immediately quicker.
That's fine. Just letting you know.
Yeah, because I think if I recall, Caroline's a bit faster than everyone.
What race are you?
She is a rogue, so
Rogues, you don't get bonus movement speed. One thing they have is bonus action dash.
Yeah, they only have bonus action dash.
which does technically make them faster because they can action and bonus action dash.
Technically.
So if they're going at full pelt, then they can be faster than.
Yeah. Just Caroline going full tilt, just to check.
I went full pelt on Thursday.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you continue your trip as you the amount of carts fluctuates between here and there. As you get to the next crossroads, the one leading off to the bridge and one leading down to the city, the majority of the carts that you see are heading towards the city, but a few are deviating off towards the actual bridge of Trader's Way.
Sweet.
Can she get a cheeky peek at some of the carts that are heading towards the bridge?
Give me a stealth check.
Oh, that's a 21.
No.
No.
No,
Hasn't
wait.
managed.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, right.
Because
Oh,
close.
do you have the boots on as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a little
Alright,
sneak
so-
vibe.
You get yourself onto one of the carts, all nice and quiet like. And it's got a lot of wood, it's carrying some stone. It looks like it's building materials.
Of course it would be.
From what's here, it looks like they're very simple building materials, probably for a slightly reinforced wooden structure.
How obvious would it be to be kind of like if she's in the cart, correct?
Yes, you are in the cart.
How obvious would it be if I just slowly just start kind of pushing the stones out of the cart?
But here's the thing, we don't know if it's for Elerian or it's for Empyrean.
Well, considering it's heading towards the bridge and not the city, I'm leaning towards. But yeah, I'll see where it goes first before I start messing with them.
All right, so you're gonna ride the cart for a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Takes you about 2 hours to get in the cart to arrive at the bridge. As
I don't know why, but I have this mental image now of just like the cart drivers just minding their own business, and just underneath like the thing covering the materials is just a set of eyes, just kind of watching like a little fucking.
Like a Ghibli character?
Yeah.
Fucking gremlin.
I can't believe Caroline has gone full gremlin.
Transporting supplies in Gremlin.
You arrive at the bridge. You arrive by a small, judging from the flag, Imperial outpost.
Son of a bitch.
And a few guards come and lift up the tarp that's covering the supplies.
How close are the rest of the party to Caroline in the cart?
If you followed, you're probably about 10 minutes away.
I mean, of course we would follow her. We're going the same
Then
way.
yeah, you can see the outpost, but you're about 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Since the cart would have been moving a bit faster than you.
Okay.
They remove the covering, and one moment.
If they are trying to perceive her, they do have disadvantage.
Yes, I know. And that, yeah. They,
+7 though.
the two that start investigating the cart just completely look over you as you just kind of tuck yourself under some of the rocks and wood, and your cloak provides enough cover that you just look like another piece of stone. They look it over and they just go, "All right, put it over there with the rest of the carts. The engineers say that we're holding off for now because the defenders have been taking pot shots at them. Goddamn cowards."
Yeah. Caroline is going to kind of wait in the cart until it sounds like there's no one around, and she's going to kind of poke her head up from her hiding spot and check and see if there's anyone around her before she sends the message off to the king.
I just imagine just a head pokes out of a rock and just looks around like a meerkat.
Pretty much.
I can't believe Caroline's a meerkat, but also I do believe very much.
All right. So you take out your sending stone. What's the message you would like to send to the king?
I think she's just gonna keep it short and say something along the lines of, on our way back, Imperials are trying to rebuild the bridge
On our way back.
using brought in supplies.
Going to try rebuilding bridge brought in supplies.
Alright. You get a message back. Already known. Reports from bridge say they stopping it. But more supplies are worrying.
Okay. She's just gonna kind of...
Yeah, and then just the last message is, believe another push coming soon.
Already known. What was the message? Sorry?
Already known. Guards have been stopping them.
Guards have been stopping them.
More supplies concerning.
More supplies concerning.
Suspect another push.
Suspect another push.
Yeah. Caroline just kind of murmurs herself like, took in all this effort to sneak in here, and they already know things. She's gonna look around and see if there's any other carts near her.
Yeah, there's quite a few carts around here.
How close are they?
This seems to be a storage area. They're not tight, particularly close together, but they're quite close. There's quite a large storage area that they seem to have here.
Are you going to commit
can I-
arson again?
How close are they together?
There's probably about 3-4 feet between each cart.
I can't believe honestly can't. There goes Caroline
Car-
committing arson again.
Question, do any of the other carts potentially have rope?
There is the rope that's holding down the coverings.
Could I easily remove that?
Yeah, it's just a simple knot.
How much rope would it be?
With the amount of carts around, the fact that with your stealth you have as much time as you want, you can probably get yourself about 30 feet of rope.
Perfect. So with how many carts is there, could I potentially...
You want to connect the carts together with the rope?
Yes.
Alright, well... One moment.
I make DM do math.
Yeah, you can get about 8 carts tied together with the length of rope.
Problems on purpose.
Wonderful. I'm gonna light a torch, and I'm gonna start a fire in one of the carts that looks like it has the most flammable material, and then going to light another torch, psychically throw it to the other end of the cart that's tied together, and just let
them be in the middle.
Yep. And then get the fuck out of there.
Alright.
Commits arson.
So you set the cart to flame and GTFO.
Yep. Just gotta run away.
It takes a little bit for
Question, is there any water stations that I run by?
there are a couple, and you are pretty close to the river as well.
Can I steal the buckets from them?
All right, you hold on. Let's see. How many do you pass by?
I hear the.
You pass by 4. Each one has like 3 buckets sitting around it.
I see.
All right, I'm going to take as many buckets as I can, and if I can't carry them, I'm fucking smashing them.
All right. You'll be able to carry like 4 buckets total,
Okay.
and you just smash the rest.
Yes.
All right. Give me a quick stealth check.
Okay.
There's always the potential you roll like absolute trash. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, hold on. $1d20 plus.
Yeah, it's 1d20 plus 3 plus 5. 5 plus
Okay.
3.
Oh,
plus
okay.
5.
Okay. Sorry. I was just making sure.
no.
I still get spotted, but I don't care. I got away with it.
Alright, so you steal the buckets from the first station, you steal a bucket from the second station, and you smash the other 2. You get to the third station, you smash the buckets, but as you're smashing the buckets, someone goes, "Hey, what are you doing?"
How far away is
And,
this man?
He is about 40 feet away.
Ah. My worst nemesis. She's gonna look up there and goes, "Your buckets are shit," and she's just gonna run.
God.
Alright, He's going to draw his bow and take a shot at you.
Okay. That's fair.
22.
That hits.
Alright, let me double check. What's the damage of a longbow?
A longbow is like 1d8. Hold on.
Yes.
Longbow, 1d8. Yep.
1d8 plus 6.
Yeah.
And he fucking min rolls. 6 damage. As you get an arrow into the back of your shoulder.
Gonna reaction. Force field. No damage. Fuck him.
As the arrow comes, is about to embed into your shoulder, it just pings off.
She gives him the bird. She keeps running.
Alright, he's going to. You're still in range for I think another. Hold on, what's the range on longbows again? They're quite long.
300 or so, probably.
150/600 feet.
Yeah, but it's
Matters.
disadvantage.
It's disadvantage after 100 feet, after 150.
Yeah.
All right, so you can get off another. You can get off another one shot, I believe.
Okay. Sounds good.
18.
That hits. Very burn reaction. So
13.
That's an ouch.
Ouchie. Do all of you the DM rolls, rolling min roll and then max rolling.
It's
All right, and you're going to decrease that again.
No, use the reaction already.
If we're working in combat turns, this is a new turn, so you have your reaction again.
Sure, then I would love to. So
That's
that
11
is
damage.
9.
9 damage.
9 damage. He's still
That's-
ouch though.
That is
So the second shot comes in, and this time it passes through your force field and gets you in the small of your back. And
Jeez.
after that, you are out of his effective range.
She still flipped him off. She still flips him off. Calls him
As
a
he sounds the alarm.
Can we hear this alarm?
From your distance, yeah, you can hear as bells start to ring throughout the camp.
What in the name? Sorry, I'm supposed name of the goddess did she... What is that?
Alright. After a little while, Caroline comes running back. Do you take the arrow out of you at some point while you're running, or is it still in your back?
Yeah, she would have taken the arrow out.
Alright, so you take the arrow out and you come back bleeding a little bit from your back, but not too worse for wear.
I think we should probably
As
get going.
as Caroline, you would have seen the start of some smoke forming in the camp. Not a lot, but there is some smoke.
What in the name of the goddess did you do?
I got bored.
Of course you got bored. What is over there?
Some stuff and things. Very flammable things. Fun fact.
Okay, but why would it... I thought the garrison was only over there. Is there something new?
Other than the supplies I assume they're going to use to rebuild the bridge, I didn't really pay too much attention.
Wait, are these Imperium?
She looks back at the camp, looks for the insignia of the Imperium, and then looks back at Rivius. There wouldn't be a fire in their supply base if they weren't Imperium, no?
Fair enough, but how are we going to get past them now that you've alerted them of our presence?
Very easily. Go around them.
But that's... Okay, so where is this outpost? Out of character, where is this outpost, Imps? Imps?
He said BRB.
Oh.
Just raising the blood pressure of Rivius.
We're just minding our own goddamn business, and then just suddenly fire and Imperium outpost. So didn't know that it was there.
Is
Hi, sorry.
hi.
So how far is this outpost from where we're supposed to be going?
I mean, it's pretty much right next to the bridge, so it's easy enough to avoid if you just go around. Like, it's pretty much right here.
So if we start flying here,
Yeah, you'll be fine.
alright. I guess this is where we start, floating. I'm guessing, I suppose. Since
I mean-
there's an outpost now.
To be fair, they were already trying to establish that when they were attacking the bridge.
Did you tell the king?
Yes, and apparently he already knew about it.
I mean, it is a long time from the ruins to the kingdom, so makes sense.
Yeah, apparently the guards were already taking pot shots at them. The supplies I had chosen to burn were in a safer area, so albeit not as much. By the way, is Caroline still holding the buckets?
If you wanted to still be holding the buckets, then yeah,
Yeah, I imagine
just
she
holding
realizes.
4 buckets, 2 in
Yeah.
each hand.
Yeah, I imagine she's still holding the buckets, and she looks up and realizes she has them. She just puts them on the ground, and while she's talking, she's just smashing them. And yeah, I figured since they probably haven't gotten a proper wake up, probably their guards were getting a bit bored. I figured to give them some excitement. And it had been a while since that camp has properly caught on fire, so I figured why not. As she smashes the final bucket.
You do know we have a guest now that isn't used to your absolute insanity, right?
I am not insane. I am very thoughtful of my actions.
And Gale just pipes up, just going, "Yes, there's very clearly a method to her madness."
See? She understands.
I only understand because I know people like you. And she casts fly on herself and starts going across the river.
I will cast Sly on Rubius.
See, it is nice to run into people that understand. As Caroline trades out her elven boots for the winged boots and starts flying.
Alright. We go over the bridge.
Alright, you cross over and you continue on your way towards the Kingdom of Elerian.
Yeah. Do we have any other interruptions?
Let's take a look. As you're continuing along the road, you see a supply caravan that's heading towards the bridge, probably to just restock on food and ammo. You see a couple of Elerian soldiers patrolling the roads, making sure that they stay safe, and yeah, that's about it until you get to the city.
Nodders.
Nodders. Is Justice at the gatehouse again?
Justice is currently not at the gatehouse, no.
Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully that man is taking a break. He deserves it.
Where I don't know where is Justice. Usually he's at the gatehouse. Maybe he has.
But yeah, as you approach the gatehouse, a soldier flags you down and just goes, "Ahoy there! I see you've successfully returned."
Indeed, we have.
Indeed, we have acquired a new ally. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well then, get the gates open for him. We've gotten a bit busy in here while you guys have been gone.
It's only been 4 weeks.
And as the gate opens, you are greeted to the sight of what seems to be soldiers from 5 different kingdoms.
Okay, as the party enters the gates again, they see 5 soldiers. Wait, are we actually doing this scene in fucking Lord of the Rings, but without the ring that makes everyone go crazy?
I don't know. There's still plenty of time for the big bad to have a ring.
The Emperor actually has a ring?
That's how he gets his eternal life. It's just a fucking ring.
It's a fucking ring that makes
The
him
what?
go.
The one side ring to rule them all.
No wonder he's freaking crazy.
But no, it looks like it's a small group from 5 different from each of them from 5 different kingdoms.
Small group.
What are they doing? Are they patrolling?
Currently they seem to be camped out in the around the gate, just inside. There's a small camp that's been set up on one of the patches of grass next to the road.
In character, Rubius would be like, "Oh, I see that the reinforcements from the council have arrived. I need to update Lady Moonbow was at. She did want more information after all.
Can she not watch what's going on for whatever she's at?
She does, but she has to. I mean, she probably knows. There's probably more worshippers there, but you know, I feel like since I talk to her every sundown, might as well get the information to her more quickly. You know, she has to lay low because of her miracle. You know, that he
I mean,
pulled.
right. I'm sure.
Anyways.
Caroline's just like, okay, Rukebi.
Okay. Anyways, let's go to the keep then. We have to take care. Out of character. Out of character. Yeah, we're going to the keep, right?
I take it you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. So, you walk up the road, and as you're walking up the road, you see that some of the parks and recreational areas, and even the plaza, just before the actual main keep, have been turned into just ramshackle tents. As the place seems to just be filled with just random soldiers from other kingdoms.
How?
Has the Lord and Savior, the Slumlord, returned to us from Tab? Hog?
Yes, my favorite.
Yo, slums, let's go. Tab
Slumlord?
Slumlord. Is there a panda anywhere?
I have. Amps, how many bedrooms were in Caroline's house again?
You had, if I remember correctly, there's the 3 rooms that you guys are occupying, and then another 3.
Okay.
Panda man. There's a small panda creating more slums. This is a joke.
For now.
For now.
I am sensing a potential way to get a little bit more money out of this.
You're gonna offer some warm room and board?
Yes. I'll think on that though.
Let's go though. Let's continue.
Alright, you get up into the keep. They let you in without issues anymore. They know who you are at this point.
I would
I
hope
mean,
so.
I hope so.
We're getting on first name basis with the king. It's very nice.
I don't know his first name still.
Well, see, that's the problem. You need to ask. Because, see,
We've
now
been
this arrangement
busy.
just feels awkward.
We've been busy with the whole, not having the kingdom get overrun thing.
Yeah.
See, we're like the group of friends that like helps the one friend but don't know their name, but we keep them around because they pay good.
God damn it.
Anyway.
I don't. Out of character, I don't know his name.
Exactly.
It's in your notes. I've given you his name.
I don't know how to pronounce it, Imps.
Neither do I. Damn.
That's the problem here.
Elf names are hard, okay?
Can I see the name?
Hold on.
Post it in chat. I could probably I will attempt to read it. It probably won't go well, but I will attempt to
Speak
read
your Elvish to us.
Hold on, let me take a look at it. Hegolor Druli? Hegolor Druli?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Hegalor Druli.
Anyway, we and Okay, we're going to go inside the keep now. Where's the king? Is he in
He
the
is
war room?
in. He is in his throne room, converted into a war room, and along with him and Justice, there are now 6 other men in what seems to be very fancy armor.
I can't believe this is literally the meeting of the ring, but not with a crazy ring that kills you. It's literally it!
It's a meeting in a war room. These are quite common.
Yeah, exactly!
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if all of a sudden fucking Merry and Pippin show up, then it's the council.
God. I mean, there are halflings in the keep! So...
Yes, but he's more of a Sam. Anyway, as you walk in, you can hear the king saying, "All right, so you've brought 5,000 men. You've brought 3,000. You've brought 4,000. We have slowly gained an actual army here, and we can expect more, correct?" And one of the men in armor will speak up. He is wearing a armor adorned with a green cross.
Hold on. So 4,000, 3,000,
And 5,000. All the numbers you
5,000.
heard.
Okay, soldiers. 4K, 3K, 5K are soldiers have arrived to help kingdom. Okay.
Alright,
More
and then
on the way.
and then the one of the men wearing a insignia on his breastplate.
Leaders with a green cross insignia. Okay.
He'll say, "Yes, there are at least another 10,000 coming from our kingdom. We'll be able to support you as best we can in this war effort."
That's like 22K?
So
Yeah?
far.
Huh.
I think that's right. And the others will all pipe up, giving off amounts that are still coming. Another 3,000 coming from us. We were still mobilizing when you sent that message.
Mm-hmm.
We got another 2K coming in from us. Everything we've got is already here. Whatever's left, we have to keep at home to defend and protect us from bandits.
So altogether, that's 30,000.
And there's still 2 more.
Uh-huh.
We can only really spare another 1,000 or so before we'll be stretching our logistics to their limit, but they'll be coming.
Uh-huh. So 31,000 soldiers in total.
And we unfortunately can't spare any more due to the recent outbreak of banditry in our area. We have to make sure our kingdom stays stable as well.
Sad.
Well, that gives us well over 30,000 men. It's
Plus the
It's a start.
Plus the Elerian army. How much is that?
The Elerian army that you know of consists of
5,000.
When last you checked, I think it was about 2,000.
So we have
I heard
33k in total,
35.
Oh wait, yeah, 5,000.
along with
Yes, they are 5,000. My bad. I was reading the wrong number.
Okay. Well, once they're done talking, Bruce will probably politely clear his throat.
Alright, as you lightly clear the throat, the king will look up from the table. Ah! Excellent, you've returned. And he will motion to the generals. These are the mercenaries that I told you about, that have protected this kingdom as well as any 3 people, I'd say humanly, but they've even gone beyond that, could. And all 6 of the men will give you a polite bow.
Ami will bow back.
Yeah, Vivius would politely bow as well.
It is an honor to
Nice.
meet you all.
Yeah, likewise. Like my companion said, it's nice to meet you all. My name is Vivius. Glad to be serving with you today.
These are the generals of the other kingdoms that have come along with their armies. We're currently organizing their living conditions. I'm sure you saw the pop-up city that's happened inside of our city.
You leave for 1 month, and then suddenly about 30,000 people join the kingdom.
Well, they won't be staying here, that's for certain. We're currently trying to organize them lodgings outside the walls, but it requires some planning to make sure they stay safe.
So when did the outpost pop up? Do you know?
I got the report on it about a week ago. So it's probably been there for maybe 2 weeks at this point.
Oh, my lord, we have brought someone else. Would you like someone else that you?
We have brought Gale along with us after assisting her at the ruins of the Grand Library, uncovering probably untold amounts of information of pre-Terra Elerian.
And she just gives a slight wave to the king. Good to see you again. Oh, Gale, it's been what? 5 years? It's good to finally see you back. You didn't check in with me last time you were back here, but it's always good to see you. And I'm glad to hear that our friends here convinced you to help. Well, it's as much as I might not live here anymore, it's still my home. And the king will give a nod. Well, it's always good to have you back. You should check on your sister. She's been asking about you.
Wait, he has a sister? This is out of character. I just want to know.
According to the king, she does.
Apparently, she has a sister.
She's probably worried sick because I haven't checked in for a few months.
They are.
You can handle that. I think it would be best if you and me went to the library later to talk with the Archmage.
Yes, he'll certainly be wanting to talk my ear off about how I should be staying in touch more often, so...
Oh, and the sizable amount of information that we have recovered.
You really need to hire. You really need to hire more individuals of my stature. useful. No offense.
Aren't a lot of them dwarves anyways?
I don't.
Weren't a
I
lot of
don't
them
think-
dwarves? Or was that just
Yeah.
Igor?
Here's the thing, though. They were.
Oh yeah, dwarves are still medium.
Yeah.
they're medium.
His reviews is suggesting hiring small creatures. So you know.
Fair enough.
Look, I've tried hiring gnomes, but they just don't like archaeology work in the most parts. And the ones who do are working at other sites already because people like having small individuals to crawl into tight places. And the few
Yes.
halflings I have are too scared to go crawling into holes. They much prefer having a quill in hand.
Fair
Can't
enough.
fault, can't fault that.
Nothing wrong with that, really.
Anyway, and she gives a little bit of a bow to the king. I should go off and see my sister.
We can
Yes, you
walk
go
later.
do that. We can reconnect later. And Gale will walk out and leave the keep. As for the three of you, I may have some work for you again soon.
Oh?
Oh,
What will it entail this time?
Infiltration.
oh, my favorite.
No.
Small problem, my lord. I am quite loud.
And it would seem that the Imperium is putting measures to prevent infiltration.
And I don't. And also the fact that I am, as you say, not allowed there.
This is all true. However, you three seem to have a knack for finding ways to get the job done. So, it isn't the end if you can't manage it, but if you are able to, it will provide a lot of support and, considering the danger, a lot of pay. But I do need people, if possible, inside of the Dread Keep within the next few months.
Oh, Dread Keep we can do.
I mean,
Probably.
Sounds entertaining.
All I need is somebody who's capable of sending me a message to give me some details on what it's like inside of the keep.
Oh, if
Oh.
you ask me that, Caroline maybe.
We could probably
Caroline
just do our normal invisibility routine.
Yeah, they have an invisibility routine, my lord.
Yeah, it's a good time.
No
And
shame.
Question: is it solo invisibility, or do you want to come with Tony? That's the real question.
I'll have to see about that. We'll have to see.
Well, that kind of does decide, because either it's I go and I have my armor, or I don't go and I'm naked. And that, because the last time we had to sneak into the camp, I had to borrow some
yes.
clothes.
I am very aware.
If it's at all necessary, we do have mages who can invis all of you if needed.
Well, the problem isn't that. Also, duration would come into question.
I mean, it's not so much the invisibility. It's more of a, because I mean, so long as I have Omni with me, we could cast it for quite a bit of time. It's just more of a, that's what you would call the strongest. And if I went to bring my friend in safely, I would safely and using resources. I'm quick, but I'm not strong.
I'm strong, but I'm very loud.
Exactly.
Well, the reason I bring that up is that if you are able to come up with a plan for entering the Dread Keeps, it may be worth having all three of you, because an extension of my plan is an attack from within.
Oh, that would
While we assault the front gates, the three of you cause havoc inside of the keep itself.
Oh, when you put it that way, that could be easily done. Just the real question would be,
And the real question would be, how do we account for Rivius?
Yeah, I don't think.
Invisibility won't help too much, mostly because of how much noise he makes. And I unfortunately cannot concentrate on both Fly and invisibility. I mean, I could check. I suppose we could. I suppose, take advantage of a ring of spell storing for the sake of storing invisibility, so that you can cast it, Caroline. Although I don't think that would work.
I mean, it would be better if I. The only thing I could think of is potentially, instead of carrying you in on me, I carry Rivius in, but Rivius will have to strip down. And then we could put his armor in your bag of holding. And
the problem is that it takes me a long time to get in and out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we can find a secure place to put you, and just that shouldn't be an issue
I
at
can somewhat hide myself via illusion magic. Innate illusion magic.
See, that is the thing. I am not 100% concerned about you. It's just Rivius.
Well, I did pick up the spell Gaseous Form.
But that's... I'm not as familiar with spells. Could you put that on? What does it do?
I will put it in chat.
Out of character, I know it's more in character.
Caroline's
not.
I would
Explain the plan.
Basically, Gaseous Form is a spell that I touch a willing creature along with everything it's wearing and carrying into a misty cloud for the duration.
Well, okay. I mean,
Okay.
that sounds like that solves the Rivius problem right there. You cast it on him, and then
they can still see him for the most part, and he's very slow. He would be very slow while being a cloud. And he would have resistance to non-magical damage and have an advantage over saving throws involving physical aspects. But he wouldn't be able to do much while in it. Now,
can we put them in something?
I think she will put emphasis on think with air quotes. I think we could put this gaseous version of Rivius into a bottle, because it can pass through small holes, narrow openings, and even mere cracks, though it treats figures like as.
So we just get the bottle, poke some holes on it so he can still breathe and possibly get out if needed, and then just carry him in.
If all goes according to plan, that would seem to be the case.
Then
That way we don't have to sacrifice any of his equipment or any of his equipment and readiness for other means.
And then the king will pipe up, and I can easily send 2 mages along with you to cast fly on both of you to get you up if needed.
I mean, I can get myself in just fine. It's just more of the other two I am concerned about.
Fly wouldn't be a bad idea, because then I can because thankfully gaseous form isn't concentration. Wouldn't
It is
take up my
con- It is
Concentration up to 1 hour.
How about,
Fuck.
yeah,
Badge.
I mean,
Hmm.
we could bring the mages along for you two and have one in reserve just in case something goes wrong.
Well, if anything goes wrong, I think I think the best case scenario is that we scout we scout ahead of the attack, and then we insert ourselves for the attack a bit beforehand. Otherwise, the duration of gaseous form may become a problem.
I mean, yeah, I could go in. I could probably go in ahead of you two, see if there is a room that seems off to the side or possibly a hidden room that doesn't look like it's seen much activity pointed out to you, and then that could be our base of operations.
Yeah. But the first part I was more referring to scouting what's inside the Dread Keep, which is where you would thrive the most.
Yeah, but it would help to possibly stay within the keep for scouting purposes if we can help it. If not, then it would be good to find at least a more low-key entry point in case something goes wrong.
If we get into a fight, there is almost no hope of us winning.
Which is why I am saying we find a exit point that is probably not well traversed, so we know our ways in and out.
That would again probably fall down to you.
Exactly. That's what I am saying. I could potentially try to find a place that we could at least set up, and obvious with how Ravius is not exactly the most subtle, no offense.
Oh no, it is a flaw.
The first step is admitting that it is a flaw, and I am very proud of you for pointing out something about yourself. I feel like it.
At least I'm better than you at admitting these things.
I have no idea what you mean. Anyway, I couldn't say that with a straight face. I really couldn't. But yeah,
Good attempt. Good attempt.
I mean, I'm sure we could figure it out. Yeah, I mean, worst comes to worst, we could just make it up as we go. Sometimes the best plans are the ones you're not even sure yourself what you're doing.
Well, it's still gonna be, and the king will look at the war table. It's still gonna be a few months before we're properly set up for the attack, so you have time to plan and think and stock up on whatever supplies you feel you'll need.
I mean, some preemptive insertion and getting a feel wouldn't hurt, but yeah.
Whatever you feel is necessary, we'll provide you our full support.
Caroline will shrug. I mean, I personally don't mind going ahead if you two have any preparations you want to do, and I can probably get some information if need be.
I don't think I have any preparations to do.
Well,
So
I have to talk with the Archmage along with the Gale. We take Gale for a talk with the Archmage to discuss. So that would be the only thing that would tie me up.
Alright, well, I mean, I don't mind waiting for you to do what you need to do. I'm sure I can. I have thought of a interesting idea to potentially, perhaps get some mileage out of the house since we're gone most of the time. Seeing
Okay.
as my mercenary business is a bit of a hold, get some mileage out of that house, perhaps reduce the amount of tents in the area by a couple.
What do you mean mercenary business?
What do you think about the house?
Ah,
I'll live there, like normal people would.
housing?
She just squints at both of them.
Housing? How boring.
Yeah, she just squints at both of them. No.
Okay,
If I wanted to say somewhere, I would stay at the tavern.
fair enough.
Like I said when I around the time I bought the house, war is very profitable. So why not take a bit of advantage of it?
Can't believe Caroline's a war profiteer. I can actually. That's 100% something she would do.
I
Oh,
mean,
it's
Oh, yeah.
entirely believable.
it's entirely believable. Why are you surprised, Ems? He is
I'm
literally an
I,
asshole.
I'm not at all surprised.
No.
Legitimately, I think he is the worst person. Anyways, let's go.
Worse than
It's almost-
the Imperium's Emperor.
I probably wouldn't go that far.
No, not that far.
Well, I mean,
He's a
you just
different
said
kind of worse.
you just said Caroline is the worst person, so you know.
He's a different kind of worse person.
He does have a slave pit gladiator thing, so he's on another level. Caroline's just a goose and a war profiteer.
I see
And
no difference
possibly a
between the.
meerkat.
I see no difference between being a goose and a war profiteer, frankly.
Honestly, fair.
Anyway.
Anyways, let's continue.
Honks go up during wartime.
So, with that being said, I could probably maybe work out something with a few of the troops. Maybe that's what I mean. After all, there was a lot of tents scattered, and I'm sure some people would benefit from an actual proper bed.
I mean, and the king will pipe up. If you can get any tents you can get out of my streets will be greatly appreciated. While we try and get the more adequate temporary lodgings than my plaza.
I mean,
How's the?
she kind of thinks about it. I mean, I have some bedrooms, and I probably have a room I can temporarily turn into a temporary barracks. Other accommodations they might have to do for themselves or ask for the local inns to help them with, but I think I could probably help out with a few of the tent problems.
Oh, that'll be greatly appreciated then. I'm sure that the generals here will be happy to compensate you.
Oh, I will enjoy the compensation after all.
Yes, of course. My men getting comfortable beds will definitely be worth a small compensation.
Of course.
How are the plans?
Just
How are the plans involving the cannons?
Going well. They should be ready for the siege on the Dread Keeps.
it would be
Oh.
it would be interesting to see those things in play.
I
Well, you can
hope
always-
to keep them. I hope to keep them a secret until we're at the Dread Keeps themselves. So
Well, if you wanted to
Right.
go seek them in action, you could always go join the Navy.
I don't do well. I don't do well with water. I'm actually not a fan of the water as much as you would think.
What is he, a vampire?
More so, I don't like cramped places that often.
Oh, he's out of character. So he's just claustrophobic and totally not a vampire who is scared of running water. I'm watching you.
No, she doesn't want to be trapped in a wooden boat full of sea.
You know what? Fair.
Based even.
And also a reason for me to make that joke. Anyway.
God damn it.
Even Paradox makes that fucking joke, so.
Anyway. But yeah, no, I don't do well with ships. I prefer my feet and men. It's less rocky. When you have a very sensitive balance, waves have a nasty habit of messing with you.
She gets seasick and others.
Yes.
Big Caroline lore.
For profiteer goose gets seasick.
Is
You know,
totally
that-
not a vampire that's not scared of running water.
Just that. Honestly, that should be my Bond's ideals and flaws for a profiteer goose flaw. Motion sick.
God damn it.
Alright, what are your pros and cons? I'm a wool profiteer, a goose, and a goose. Alright, what are your cons? I get motion sickness very easily.
But,
Anyway.
Anyways.
But yeah, if there is any suitable, if there is any person of note that is currently camping under the tent, I would be more than happy to let them and probably some of their men use my house. Though again, the compensation would be preferred if that is going to happen.
Don't worry, I can get a few of my men in there and get their tents off the streets. We're the main ones taking up the plaza, says one of the generals, the one with the green X on his sigil.
She kind of claps her hands together. Absolutely perfect.
The bot's dying.
Sag.
If that is the case, I will move some things out. I will head back to my place and move some things around and get it ready then. And she will give the directions of her house to the appropriate person.
Alright.
I will go do that now. It was a pleasure to meet every one of you, and good luck with your planning. As she heads out.
Alright. Caroline heads out, and the rest of you?
I mean,
Amia's gonna head to the library.
along with Gail.
Oh, Gail went off to see her sister, so
Fair
I'm
enough.
just gonna head to the library and just hope that Gail goes there.
I mean, I don't know where. I mean, Rivius is just gonna. If the king needs his assistance with anything, vibe.
So you're just gonna vibe in the keep for a bit?
I mean, if the king needs my assistance for something, but other than that, he has literally nothing else to do.
Alright, so you're gonna vibe in the keep for a little bit and see if the king needs you for anything. Caroline heads off back home to prepare her place for it to be converted into a temporary barrack. And Ami heads back off to the Temple District to go to the Temple of Mistra. Alright, and I think that's a good place to end today's session.
Oh, that's rather
Not
early.
Yeah, early session, even though we've been going over a while.
Yeah, we're actually ending more or less on time.
Oh, we're only like 2 hours, right?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
It's been 2 hours.
No,
Yeah.
wait. It's
yeah.
only been 2 hours. I fucked up. Never mind. I can't tell time.
I don't know. That's...
We have another hour still. Never mind.
No, now you fucked up.
Now
Oh,
you
you
fucked
fucked
up.
up.
Our DM has time blindness. More news of 11.
Anyway,
In an unshocking turn of events, DM can't read or tell time.
no, I forgot when we started. I thought we'd start at 3 like we were before for me, but I forgot daylight savings.
No, this is why we play on Saturdays now, hun.
Yes,
Ooh.
I know. I forgot. My brain is very foggy today.
Apparently. Okay.
I forgot twice that we were doing a session today. Okay.
Well.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway,
Continue. Pause, yeah?
let's continue. All right. So, Caroline, you are clearing up space for the barrack. After a couple of hours, there is a knock at your door, and there are about 20 soldiers standing outside your door.
Jesus.
She looks a little surprised. Just quite a few of you.
We were told to report here to see how many you can fit in here.
I imagine I can fit quite a few of you in here. As she kind of like moves out of the doorway to let them inside.
And they all walk in single file and slowly spread out through the room, through the entrance.
There are 3 bedrooms I know, unless people want to start bunking up in there. For the most part, she will probably. I would assume there's some sort of like common-ish room or kind of like a living room type situation.
Yeah, there is this used to be a store, so there is the entrance. There is this entrance room with a counter. It's quite a large room, taking up most of the ground floor, and then there is a back room, which acted as the storage. Then there is the upper floors, which has 6 bedrooms, a kitchen, and the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, she will kind of give like a general. She'll give a general layout and just go. Seeing as I don't. Other than the rooms that my companions will be using, and she will point those out. And obviously, my personal room. You all have free reign of the house. Settle where you need to. Probably, seeing as there's quite a few here, it's probably going to be a bit cozy, but probably a little bit better than sleeping in a tent in the middle of the town square.
It will definitely be that. It's already a lot warmer in here.
Yes. Well, again, make yourselves comfortable. Oh, and if you break anything, don't take too kindly to that.
We'll be very careful.
Thank you. But if you need anything, I would probably direct your inquiries to your superiors. I sadly won't be around. I have some business that I need to attend to.
All right. We'll start getting ourselves settled in, and a few men head off to some of the bedrooms. Some of them just start taking up spots down in the in the common area on the ground floor. And they start to get themselves settled in.
As she's leaving, she goes, "Oh, and if you bring anyone in here and you plan to have, and if you're thinking about doing anything that I can make an educated guess on you're going to do, do not. Because if you make any mess, I will break your legs." She will leave.
No sex. No sex,
Carol-
no purse.
Caroline says no sex in her house.
No sex in her house, no purse. No sex. No sex
There
in
are-
her house. No purse. Are there brothels in Elerian?
Probably.
I just
None of you
wanted
have
to-
looked. None of you have gone looking.
I mean, why would we look? We're busy here, Amps.
I know. Still, none of you have gone looking. There is a district that is considered the nightlife of Elerian.
Ah,
That's
so
what-
Elerian has a red district. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Caroline's assuming is if they're gonna party or do whatever they want to do, they can do it outside her fucking house. If she finds out anyone is doing it in her house, she's gonna have a talk with them.
If you want to have sex, you can do it on the street.
Exactly. I don't care. Do it on the front porch. I don't give a fuck. Don't do it in the house. That being said,
I am in fact listening to things.
moving swiftly along.
All right. We'll go to Ami. Ami, you enter the Temple of Mistra
Mhm.
as things are quite relatively quiet now. There's a few people that have books out and seem to be doing some studying, as well as just some general idling about. And there's a few people that seem to be writing in notebooks. And you can see the Archmage seems to be currently teaching or giving a seminar on. It looks to be about some of the flora around Elerian.
She will approach, but she won't interrupt. Just watching from the side.
Alright, so you watch as he gives his seminar, and while you're busy watching, after about 10 minutes, Gale comes wandering in. And, one moment. Where are you? Where the fuck is your name? Where is the name for the...
Hey, Ian,
Yes, hello.
I have a question about Gale.
What is your question about Gale?
Does she know Gust?
She probably does.
Okay.
I know the joke you're making, but yeah, she probably does know Gus.
Good. I just want to make sure.
What name are you looking for?
The name of the Archmage.
It's in there somewhere. I think I moved. Did I move it to Just Fate Things? No, I did not. Hold on, let me find it for you. Continue.
Well, when Gale walks into the temple/library, she will just pipe up going, "So, the Archmage of Elerian is now spending his days teaching people about flowers." And he will stop his seminar, look over at Gale, and go,
His
"And
name is
you've
Ilris Silvermite. I had him
yes,
down
sure.
as a head priest, not a head archmage.
More or less the same thing in the Temple of Mystra."
Hmm.
I need to write that
Um,
down.
and he'll respond, "And you've managed to finally drag yourself out of those dirty and dusty ruins, and didn't even take the time to wash your hair."
Well, it was a little more than. It was a little less that she dragged herself.
Yes, I can see that you probably had a hand in it. We are going to cut today's lesson a little bit short. I want you all to do some reading up on the fauna of Elerian, because we'll be covering that tomorrow. Particularly, I want you all to study up on the Fae in the Bright Forest, because we will be having a test on them soon.
Monka S.
And everybody that was listening to the seminar gets up and heads off into the library to go and start collecting books. Please, you two, let's go into my office where we can talk a bit more privately.
She would follow.
As will Gale. And he takes a seat, and Gale will stand by the door as all three of you enter into the room. So, any interesting news aside from the fact that you managed to get my old favorite pupil back?
Well, we went to the ruins of the library with the intent of sharing what Isidore knew with Gale, but instead we managed to uncover more than a fair few of underground rooms filled with preserved books that were not destroyed in the attack, located thanks to Isidore here.
And Gale will say, "Yes, thanks to these two here, we've managed to increase our knowledge on Pre-Terre by possibly 100 years or so. Most of what we found is myths and legends, but it's a start. It can get us an understanding of their culture, if not entirely of their history."
And that's only from the ones that they opened so far. There's still more to be opened.
Well, that's certainly quite the discovery, then. It's wonderful to know that there is still something from Pre-Terre that survived, especially in the library that was one of the first things hit by the dragons.
It helps when you have the mind of someone who frequented there.
And
As-
Isidore from your shoulder just gives a wave.
certainly helps a lot. We also discovered the names of what are thought to be the names of the god of the sun and the god of the forest in a children's book, but still fun to know, no less.
Huh? Children's book can still have a lot of myths and legends, especially when it comes to gods, if they were taught religious texts.
Ami will take out the book, because she kept it for herself. And we'll... what were the names again, Taylor?
Solaris Skyrunner and Sylvis Gladepine.
I got a son was named Solaris, Skyrunner. Meanwhile, the god of the forest was. Fuck, I've already forgot.
Sylvis Gladepine.
Yeah, a Sylvis Gladepine.
And he'll open the book. I see. They're described as twins. And he just starts skimming through the book. And after a little bit, closes it. Well, it's not the worst read I've ever done. But that's very interesting. They clearly understood that the sun and the forest were linked, that the sun provided energy to the trees, which they used to grow, which provided sustenance for animals. Those animals provided sustenance for other animals, and so on and so on and so on. The circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
The goddess of the forest created humans, which we don't fully know the origins of humans, so maybe they came from the forests, we don't know.
Well, has anyone ever tried legend loring that?
I don't believe so, no.
Well, you know about a lot about humans, so why not try that at some point?
Maybe worth it. I'll need to find someone who knows that spell. Yes. And he jots something down in his notebook.
Well, you can always get a. You could always potentially go hunting for a spell scroll that has it.
That is also a possibility, but those can be hard to find sometimes, especially for spells like that.
What level is Legend Lore?
This.
I don't think he has it then. What does the Fermenter's Brew have?
As
Magic
of what?
item-wise?
One
As-
moment, please.
As of last time, having rebuilt the entire list, it was pretty much, I think, everything up to rare.
Yes, the list has actually been.
Not surprising.
I never made the goddamn handout. Hold on, let me do that quickly. Just takes a moment to make a handout.
Oh.
This is. There we go. There is a handout for you that you can all see now. That has her current stock.
I can't see it.
It should be in your thing.
It's in the thing, it's just not showing anything currently. I'll reload.
Oh, hold on. I know why. Boop. There we go. Now it should display things.
I'll reload.
No, it's all of them.
No, nothing.
Why are you not displaying then?
Can you? Isn't there a button that says
Ah,
show
God.
to all players?
Hold on. Because I put it in the wrong section.
Oh.
Nice.
There we go. Now it should show something.
Oh,
I put it in the GM notes by accident because I'm a dumb.
Nice.
Huh. Potions of healing, superior healing, heroism, stone giant strength, speed, greater healing, spell scrolls up to level 4, a Feywild shard, nature's mantle, a path of health, ring of mind shielding, ascending zone, a helm of teleportation, braces of defense, belt of dwarven kind, a farm realm shard, a portable hole, a robe of stars, a manual of quickness and action, and tome of understanding.
And her inventory will cycle on occasion. Uncommons will cycle. Uncommons will cycle more often. Rares less, and very rares won't cycle all that often.
Or at all, I don't think.
They will occasionally, but for the most part, they will be staying pretty much the same.
I prage the very rare does not. I prage that the very rare does not fucking rotate.
He preach.
I prage.
But yeah,
Robe of stars go.
her stock will cycle as she sells inventory and buys new inventory. So the very rares are unlikely to change because they're expensive and not a lot of people are going to buy that shit.
True.
Some understanding this book contains intuition and insight exercises.
Oh.
It's worth a charge with magic if you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying this book's contents and practicing its guidelines. Your wisdom score increases by 2, and as does your maximum for that score. The manual then loses its magic but regains it in a century.
That's a really big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's... Jesus. Man, wow.
The manual quickness of action is +2 dex. Along with increasing your dex cap by 2.
Bruh.
If only we had the money.
If only we had the money. Sag.
Yeah, it's a real fucking shame.
Oh, shut up. You only have 24,000.
It's a real fucking shame.
Oh, fuck off.
How much is a very rare?
50,000.
50,000?
50,000.
Yep.
Spicy.
One day.
Yeah, one day you'll spend... Oh, yeah, one day you'll spend anything.
Requires too much effort.
Bruh.
I'm gonna add this to my notes.
Telling you.
You don't know. Maybe Caroline's just saving up to just have enough money to just straight up buy a very rare.
And just buy an entire town. Let's go.
I think it's gonna be a bit
No,
more than a
no
very
Merchant
rare.
Republic.
I want my merchant republic. You don't understand, Hams.
Alright. So now that that is done, hold on, let me actually put it into the handouts. Yeah. Where were we?
Archmage finding it interesting about the names, / saying it wasn't the worst thing he's ever read.
Yes. The fact that they're twins is a interesting idea. It's not that uncommon for gods to be siblings, but I don't know too many that are twins.
Orc.
Anyway,
Orc.
did you learn anything else?
If you wanted any specifics, you would have to ask Gale. We just spent the time. We just helped uncover this stuff and bring it up. She's the one who would have any information. But any specifics of what was inside the bricks that we recovered.
Well then, Gale, I think you and me will have to have a long sit down and talk then. Oh, don't you worry your old head. We'll be shipping the books over soon. Alright then, well, I've got a lot of reading ahead of me then. Wonderful.
I can't believe Gale is pulling the old man card in this dude.
I mean, he is an elf, so technically it's true.
Is he human?
Yes, she is a human.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And, then she'll say, but we've made a lot of discoveries, some interesting ideas about how this world looked before the tear came up. We found a lot of references to old kingdoms and even some spiritual areas. Unfortunately, they're all places that have been burned. But we're still looking. Maybe we'll be able to find maybe we'll be able to find a place where we can learn more about those two gods as well. Stuff that isn't from a children's book.
Hopefully.
Or maybe we'll find some other interesting things in the mythology. Right now, that's all we've got, but we're slowly making our way through the other books. Well, it's gonna be interesting to have to actually make a pre-tear section in this library. We're gonna have to make space. Gonna have to do some reorganizing. Be nice to have an entire section for it. And he seems to be staring off into the distance, visualizing how he's going to reorganize the library for all the new books. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So, do you have any other goals that you are seeking out, Army?
As of now, I do not believe so. Well, other than I suppose... No, none. None at this time. That you haven't already helped with.
Well then,
I guess
in that case,
well,
we have... Go ahead.
Well, I guess the only thing to do now here would be, I guess, to see what else we could learn on the twin gods.
Yes, now that we have a name, we can check some of the old records to see if any of the texts from back just after the terraformed, if we can find any reference to them. We can... one moment, and he pulls out a large book from his desk.
Like, how big is this book? Is it like the meme?
It is pretty much like the meme. It is a very large book. It takes him a bit of effort, and it makes a loud thud as it hits the desk.
Nice.
And he opens up the book, and he starts going down the index. Here. And he grabs a handful of pages and turns them. Alright. And he gets up, opens his door, and says to prepare a ladder. He shouts out, "Prepare a ladder and a feather duster. I'm going to the old sections in a bit." It's gonna be very dusty where we'll find these. Nobody's really been there for a while. We haven't even gotten to them yet in terms of our preserving.
What? Sorry, what happened? Why did he get out the big book? I was shitposting.
He was looking for a particular section of the library.
Oh. Archmage has large book that has all the sections of the library in it. I can't spell library. It's fine, I did it. And is the section. Why are they going to this section?
Because it's where the old accounts from just off the tear formed are kept.
Going to is
Basically, the oldest written history that they currently have in the library.
very frequented. This section is actually the last recorded latest recorded account of what happened and just after
Well, we're gonna be doing a lot of reading tonight, so if you'd like to join me, Ami.
Gladly.
And he gets out an oil lantern. And you both head off to the to an old, slightly darker section of the library that is filled with a lot of cobwebs and dust. We were about to get to this section before it was announced that the battle was over and we were safe for now, so we decided to slow things down and make sure we were cataloging everything properly. We're slowly starting on this section, but as you can see, it's quite extensive, and the bookshelves are tall and go quite deep into the library. There are a lot of accounts from the first few years of the tear. Let's get started. And you three will spend the next several hours going through books and trying to find accounts of the old gods. So, if you would like, please give me a investigation.
Bridge. Hog.
Let's go. 22.
All right, so you, Gale, and forgotten his name already. Illyris. Spend the next about 5 hours just going through books, dusting them off, and skimming through them, trying to find any references that you can. Eventually, you do find some references in the from the early days of the tear, about a lot of people's about a cult forming that that wanted to denounce all of the new gods that in the pantheon and return to proper worship of the gods Solaris and Sylvis.
About a cult that was forming that denounced all the new gods and wanted them to go back to worshipping Solaris and Oh, worshipping is only one P. Huh, the more you know.
Yeah. The cult is referred to as the cult of the Green Dawn.
This cult was named the cult of the
and Illerus will tell you. We've actually find quite a lot of references to them. They tend to pop up every once in a while, but we never explicitly hear them name the gods that they follow. So maybe they still follow their same religion. They never really seem to ever fully disappear, which maybe they have something that we don't on the old gods.
Perhaps.
Huh. There's more references to the cult throughout the years. They got a bit of a following. Nothing ever extensive, nothing to match the worship of the pantheons of our current gods, but it was certainly something. That might explain why that might explain the failure of the cult back in the old days. Apparently, their headquarters were located in a forest that is now known as the Bright Forest, which is a forest that is touched by the Fae.
What? Sorry.
The headquarters of the cult used to be located in what is now known as the Bright Forest.
The headquarters of the cult used to be. It is located where the Bright Forest is now.
And he will say, and the Bright Forest is touched by the Fae. Even the Imperium doesn't risk going in there.
Yeah, because it's the Fae! you think you're fucking...
Well, I have a bit of Fae ancestry, as do all of my people, so maybe it'd be a little less reckless than usual. Or perhaps go and try and seek this place.
Well, the big problem with the Bright Forest is that it is Imperium territory. House of Dread keeps.
Oh yeah, it is.
The Bright Forest is located right here.
Hold up. Oh, I see. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if it's past there, I guess it would be a little hard to get to there easily without some degree of danger. Not just from the Fae.
Almost certainly. We know almost nothing about the Bright Forest itself. All I'm ever able to teach people about the Fae is what I know from my home.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. For all we know, the Fae here in Elerian are completely different from the Fae there, or they're exactly the same.
Different special Elerian Fae. Andrea actually kills us all.
Bring it on, Andrea. Bring it the fuck on.
I mean, we can go in there, but then do a little peek, maybe die. Perhaps.
You might. I'm probably
I
not.
don't know.
Also, why can we only have 3 attunement slots? Mad.
True. Fair.
Where's our more attunement slots, Madge?
Hey DM. Hey DM. I have a question for you.
I sip at you. That's all I say.
Give us more attunement slots, Mad Slam!
I sip at you. That is all I say.
I can't believe.
He's taunting us, which means he has plans for it. But he's not gonna say shit.
I hate
I sip
DMs.
at you.
Stop sipping! I hate you!
He is saying yes. I know how to read it. I know how to read him because he's just me.
But yeah, I have plans. Don't worry about attunement slots and shit like that. We'll figure things out.
I can't believe becoming Champions of Gods gives you more attunement slots. That's a joke, by the way.
For now.
And if it's right, I'll actually cry.
What was the joke?
Being the champion of gods gives you more attunement slots.
Ah.
Another one thing that will definitely give us more attunement slots is inventing tacos.
Shut up. It will not.
That's what you said.
Anyways. Continuing.
Well, we're set to go out to do more work for the king this time. This time it is of the infiltrating the Dread Keep and scouting it from within. And if the day comes, staging an attack from within it to cause chaos, while the army attacks from, well, the front gate.
Well, in that case, I certainly wish you the best of luck. If the Dread Keeps actually manage to fall, that would be quite
Would you say the Dread
quite
Keeps
a
have?
victory.
Would you say the Dread Keeps have a similar reputation to Elerian, to where they have, once they have been erected, they have never fallen?
Well, they've never fallen because nobody's ever reached them to make an attempt.
So for the third time, my group stands upon the threshold of making history. Well, the second time.
The Battle of the Bridge will certainly make it into history books, but you will definitely all make it into the history books for the defense of the city.
And that was exactly what I was referring to.
Well, I'll continue doing research while you're away. I'll see if whatever I can find.
I have 2 attunes. I'm attuned to 2 things. Gotcha.
Alright. So,
Ooh, bring a mind chill.
now we've been going for almost 3 hours.
Correct.
Is there anything else any of you would like to do before we wrap up for tonight's session?
No. I'm good.
No, maybe just some pondering over items.
Well, you have the list now,
Correct.
so you may ponder. You may ponder the list.
Like
Pondering the orbs.
No.
pondering the orb, the spiel. It's a spiel. You ponder the spiel. Nice.
Yeah.
And I hope you all enjoyed today's session.
Yeah.
Sorry for my scatterbrain, almost ending us an hour early.
That's
All good.
fine.
And don't worry about it.
We're here for a good time.
Oh,